that man loves me so much. And, look what we've built. We've built a beautiful life and we have two healthy, beautiful children.
Meghan Markle is still feeling butterflies for husband Prince Harry. The Duchess of Sussex joined friend Jamie Kern Lima for her first ever podcast appearance on the Jamie Kern Lima Show, in which she went makeup-free and dressed in sweats. During the interview, the 43-year-old gushed over her husband, who she called a fox, after Jamie read her supportive words from him, and also revealed that she's more in a honeymoon period now than ever.
He's also a fox, if you haven't noticed. My husband's very, very handsome, but his heart is even more beautiful. Oh, he's such a great partner. I feel that, right? I feel that every day in how supportive he's been and is. But I didn't know he said that. So that's really nice because I think having a partner, I mean, I asked you this when you were on my podcast, like, do you think that you would have been able to get through all the no's and the challenges if you were doing it solo, if you didn't have the support Apollo? And there's something that is not to be taken for granted when you have a partner and a spouse who is just so behind you. I mean, that man loves me so much. And, look what we built. We've built a beautiful life and we have two healthy, beautiful children. And, and I always think about it like the end of Super Mario Brothers when you get to the final level. And what's the goal in Super Mario? They're like, slay the dragon, save the princess. I'm like, that's my husband. He's just out there just constant. Like he's just going to do whatever he can to make sure that our family is safe and protected and we're uplifted and still make time for date nights.
Are you in love now more than ever, more than you've ever been?
Yeah. I mean, you have to imagine at the beginning, everyone has like butterflies and then we immediately went into the trenches together.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate, like 6 months into dating. So now 7 years later, when you have a little bit of breathing space, you can just enjoy each other in a new way. And that's why I feel like it's more of a honeymoon period for us now.
Jamie also gave a letter to Meghan from her husband and their two children, Archie and Lilibet. She later became emotional speaking about her kids as she shared how she makes a digital time capsule for them.
But one of our mom friends, she had said to me last year that she just created sort of secret email addresses for her kids that she'll give to them at some point in their life. And she would just send to them, random pictures, the pictures that you aren't going to put in a frame.
Yeah.
I thought it was such a great time capsule to create for them because I used to love scrapbooks and photo albums, but we're past that generation now. And so I'd created for the kids these email addresses that sort of like names again that you would never guess that I will give them at some point in their lives when they're older. But before I go to bed almost every night, I email them.
Wow.
I email because it doesn't have to be a heavy lift and you email them like, here's your report card from today, or oh my gosh, you said the funniest thing this morning, or here's a picture of you two having breakfast, or here's you playing with the dog. The things that you're not going to frame, the things that you're not going to put pen to paper in a journal, but they will end up at one point in their life, maybe when they're 16 or when they're 18, that I say, here's an email that I've been keeping for you.
I have full body chills right now.
For your whole life. And here's everything and every moment that I wanted to tell you how much I love you and like how proud I am of you. And of all things, it's making me emotional. For them to be able to look back and go, oh my gosh, she has loved us so much. And that's, I think, the best part about being a mom. And we go back to like a love language or gifts. It's not about the grandeur of a gesture. It's about, I see you. I'm nurturing you and I see you so deeply. And I love being able to see your growth and I'm just so proud of them.
So beautiful.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that one.
Meghan, who admitted she reads a lot of parenting books, also explained why she reinforces the word yet to her young children.
One of the things with parenting, you watch as you're building their confidence and their self-esteem, a word that I use a lot with them is yet. And how to reframe things for kids when they're like, I can't do it. I can't do it yet. No, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough yet. And the more that you put into practice these ideas of like, put yet at the end of nearly every sentence, and you feel like there's still hope and a promise that you can do it.
Yes.
But when I type that to my children before I go to bed, guess what? Like, I'm teaching that to them, or I'm reinforcing that, but I'm also reinforcing it for myself.
Yes.
Like, I don't know yet.
Yet.
I'm not sure.
I was just going to say that applies to every adult. That applies to me right now, all of us.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, yet.
I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Yet.
Earlier in the conversation, the Duchess revealed if she keeps up with headlines about herself.
I just have created such a strong boundary for myself. And even we were like, no, but it's a good one. It's like, there was this quote that I had up in my trailer when I was on Suits, talk about being a soothsayer, or if it's divinely ordered. How on earth would this be the quote that I had printed up in my trailer? And I was on that show for almost 7 years. And it says, I've already settled it for myself, so flattery and criticism go down the same drain, and I'm quite free. And it's a very hard thing to put into action to actually integrate.
Yeah.
But it's become so ingrained in my mind because it was there before it actually applied to me on a level like this. I've really tried to distance myself from all of it. And that has challenges too. It does. You know, I'm oblivious to a lot of things, but that allows me to live my life really authentically, make choices authentically. But it also allows me to be really detached from the outcome. I go, I can just show up. I can put good work out there. I feel confident with what we've created, and then let it go. So to answer your question, maybe 1% of what's in the world I would see, and only if it's brought to me and said, like, you should really read this. You will learn something from it. Or this is really good insight. Or I think you'll appreciate how this writer or journalist really wants to get the story right. Or the text of like, hey, just sending love and checking in. And you're like, your hackles go up. About what? What now? What is it now? What are they reading now? Why are they sending love and checking in?
Yeah.
And you can make yourself a little bit nuts with it, as opposed to maybe they are just sending love and checking in.
She also discussed her recent viral moment with Gwyneth Paltrow squashing feud rumors.
She texted me and she said, oh my gosh, like I did this interview and I can't remember verbatim what she said, but she's like, I give up. I don't even know what to say anymore. And I said, well, I didn't hear about it. Hadn't heard about it at all. And then, because not because people are hiding things from me, but maybe because it's not something that anyone felt needed to be on my radar.
Yeah.
And, I just texted her back. I was like, I hear there's something about like pie. And then we ended up, she was doing something on Instagram. So I ordered some pie on Instacart. We sat there and just ate some pie and laughed and caught up a little bit. And then I came back home.
I was so happy when I saw it.
Yeah, I think women were really fired up of like, yes, clap back, enough.
Yes. And
Yeah.
also it's because that's who you are.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what I mean? And I loved it. I loved it.
And also with the sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because it really diffuses so much of it. There's only so many statements you can make or things you can say on the record or this didn't happen. Or as was like, you guys, like it kind of really defines the age we're living in right now. Where that, if you're saying that was like a week or however long that cycle was going on of this, like that would have kept going, I would imagine. They would find some other iteration of this fake conflict.
Yeah.
Just like us fighting.
Yeah.
But there is something really disturbing about the need for people to pit, especially women, against each other when you're going, but you're my neighbor and everything's fine.
Elsewhere in the episode, the 43-year-old, who shared during the interview that she hasn't used her last name Markle since she got married, also reacted to Prince Harry comparing her to his late mother, Princess Diana.
So Harry said publicly, so much of what Meghan is and how she is so similar to my mom. She has the same compassion. She has the same empathy. She has the same confidence. She has this warmth about her. How do you feel about him sharing that?
It's beautiful. I wish I could have met her.
Plus, at the end of the duo's conversation, Meghan revealed if she would ever run for office.
Would you ever run for office?
No.
Never.
No.
Never.
Never. Oh God. I mean, you could say never say never. No, I'm not interested in that. No.